how would you like to achieve your first million? And today we have Victor Vauss with us. He is a digital entrepreneur and author of the Player's Guide to Making Your First 10,000 Online and Feel Like a Player. After growing his online business empire from 300,000 to over 30 million, he knows he now teach side hustlers and online entrepreneurs the practical non-staff strategies they need to succeed. So, Victor, tell us, what are the 5 steps that you recommend to entrepreneurs in order to make the first million?
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
Harry, yeah, thanks. So number one, niche down and not up. So you need to identify a specific skill or a specific problem and answer that. Number two, like up on number one, demand test it. So don't just assume it'll work. Don't dump a bunch and think about it. Just get it ready to demand test. So have something out there, checkout card or something, or just track conversions on a CTA button just to see if people are interested. Number three, you need to build a super specific offer. So if you're throwing fitness, don't just say, hey, my guide helps you gain muscle, but niche down. So a product helps skinny hard gainers put 2 inches on their bicep in 6 weeks. Now that's specific. It's a narrow audience, narrow product, specific problem, specific answer. Number four, ready, fire, aim. So don't get fancy. Just focus on your first sale. Overanalyze. Don't try to be a perfectionist. You just need the barest bone system out there. Test. If you get some wins, keep going. And that number five. So stack wins and build systems. Start building out your automation. Analyze. Double down on what's working and just cut out what isn't.
So, very good, Victor. So, when do you decide to become an entrepreneur? Do you have entrepreneurs in your family, or you got inspired for any book, or?
Nope, definitely neither of those. Just born that way. I was like 6 years old trying to do car washes and just all kinds of, and failed for decades.
Welcome to the club. So why online businesses? What are the pros and cons and cons of growing online businesses, and why do you think that is a good vehicle to grow a multi-million dollar business online?
Well, the great thing about online is scalable and low cost to get started. I mean, low initial. I mean, you really can't beat those two combos, and you cannot scale a brick as fast as you can scale something online. It's just not possible. So if you have the money, like I did, that's what I recommend. I mean, if lifting a brick and mortar is obviously incredibly resource intensive, and I had a couple, so there's no way that I was gonna be able to do anything else. I've been in online marketing for years before I was able to lift my own thing successfully. So I had some background in it, and that's what helped me succeed.
Brilliant, Victor. And what are the most important advice that you have for entrepreneurs out there that they have a brick and mortar business and they kind of break even? They're struggling without knowing that they might be sitting in a gold mine if they can open a new vertical of the business and take it online. For example, somebody came to this podcast before, and he has a barber shop, okay? And because he have a barber shop, he started to teach people how to cut the hair, and all of a sudden this online side of the business was even making more money than the literally the brick and mortar. So it there is any good vehicle for traditional business to open a vertical online to have more stream of income.
Yeah, there's always a way to do it. If you're selling something in a shop, sell online. If you have a service based, teach the service or teach people even better how to do it themselves well. And then when they realize the work and a lot of knowledge and a lot of experience required to do that service, they're going to want your company to do that because you went out of your way to teach them the a lot of people have had bad experience with services, right? So if you can, here's how not to get ripped off, because it's unlikely a service-based industry has a very wide coverage. So if they can put out a lot of great information for free that says, hey, here's what to look for in a service company, so whenever, here's how to get it and here's how not to get ripped off doing, set up a lot of authority. And then you can use that for in a variety of different ways. So setting up online courses is another great one. Training forms for even other service-based businesses in the same service or that want to train the same service. You could set up videos, courses, and portals and things like that to other people. The possibilities are really endless. So it just takes out there and doing it. The problem is a lot of business owners are too busy with busy work. Um, and you really have to try to get away from that. You really need to automate as much as get some good VAs, get some people trained, set up some standard operating procedures. The owner's got to back up and do the things that only the owner can do. A lot of times that may be the marketing, and if they don't know it, they need to learn it. Because you really have to be kind of the master of your own marketing to get anywhere. No matter what you do, you have to market it. So
What is your opinion on the people uh, that when COVID came thought that was a good idea to cut the marketing budget? I think that the marketing is something that had to be seen more than an investment, like a rather than expense and like an overhead. And I think that people see marketing. There is a tendency to see marketing as a cost. So when thing goes wrong, that's the first thing that they cut. Whether other companies they were more clever and rather than cut, they understood that was an investment, and they what they did they put the foot on the gas. And marketing and advertising how it works, especially pay per clicks, YouTube, and all these platforms, is a bidding process. So if you have less people, even it's become cheaper. So what is your views? Is it marketing an investment or an overhead or
marketing is
cost?
absolutely an investment. Yeah, absolutely an investment. Why most small businesses stay small is they look at marketing as an investment, and you can't get anywhere. Maybe you top line, maybe very low seven figures a year at most, if with that kind of money. It's just that's just real small business territory. But I see it time and time again. People they don't want to invest. They don't even want to invest $1,000 into pay per click to test something. You're never going to get out of that rat race. You're never getting out of that trap if you think that way. So just nail down your funnel, uh, get that return on ad spend, scale it up. There's just no other way to do it.
Brilliant. And so what, Victor, what do you recommend um, to the young people that they are using AI in order to apply marketing strategies? Do you think that AI has made the job easy for marketers or more complex?
Oh, definitely easier. Gosh, probably halved my staff budget because of T alone just in the last couple of months. It's incredible. You just have to know how to use it. You have to train it. You get at least a team, probably a pro plan, and train it. Just dump everything about your brand, about your customers, everything into it, um, and bounce ideas off of it. Have it analyze your creatives. Have it everything forward facing, and think about different angles. You can get it to help you with different angles, and really don't be uh, move away from what you've been doing, because same thing going to keep getting the same results. And so if someone's not happy with their, it's time to change, and that's where you can even just start punching in your pain point. Here's where we are. Here's where we're stuck. Why do you think we're stuck? What And so yeah, I use it for all kinds of things. I mean, we our entire for my company, we have our entire, like, everything about our company in a Google Doc, because Google Doc can integrate with GPT Teams now. So it just feeds our database, and then we can all use it to output kind of what. Yeah, it makes mistakes, and yeah, you have to edit it, but it's vastly faster. I mean, reworked 25, 30 automated emails in the span of something like that, which would have taken me 2, 3 days, writing it all about. So, I mean, yeah, I had to teach it the writing style. I had to teach it, about the brand, about the offerings, et cetera, et cetera. But again, you front load this work, and then you reap the forever. That's why you should SOP everything. That's why you should automate everything, and that's why you should AI, because it's just you can't get more time. You can always make more money time. So
Scaling the business, Victor, is that do you knew when you started your business that you would manage to scale it so big? And what are the challenges that you face scaling the business? It doesn't. It sounds easy, but I have done it, and the more you scale, the more problems appear that you were not even counting that they existed before, right?
well, I mean, the beauty about doing things online is that doesn't have to be true if you set things up the right way in the beginning. So before I started my company, I had experience working for a consulting firm that helped small businesses scale. So I saw a lot of their problems, and I learned how not to repeat those problems. And so what I did with my company, when I had the idea, I threw together the landing page. I couldn't afford anything but basic Reddit ads, so I threw together Reddit ads. I threw together the pre-order system. Didn't take me very long, a couple days. I mean, even faster now with the tools that are out there. This was 7 years ago. But and when I started getting pre-orders, I was like, okay, this product's actually going to work. I didn't have enough money to kick. It's a physical product, so I didn't have enough money to lift it right away. So I had to get pre-orders. It's also a great demand test. When people give you money. So fast forward, 3 months, I had enough pre-orders to launch the product. I had to spend 6 months preparing the automation, the customer service, the logistics, the fulfillment, the back end automation, everything required, so that when I went tens of thousands of subscribers, it's a subscription product business, my systems don't collapse. And that's how I feel like that's my recommendation for all business owners. If you were to go from right now, and if you multiplied your customers times 10, will everything keep functioning? Because it should. If it's not, you need to go fix your root problems first, your foundational problems first, then worry about adding more customers. Because if you're trying to duct tape it together as you go, it's like a house of cards. It's going to collapse.
Yeah. And what tell us a little bit more about your business, Victor. How you got that idea, and what made you think that this idea will work?
It was in a space that was just high demand. I'm pretty familiar with the Asian countries and culture. Traveled and lived around various Asian countries, and it was a high demand space in the U.S., but almost nobody was meeting that demand. I'm not saying that that this kind of idea is required to be successful. You don't have to have some kind of super unique idea to succeed. Almost nobody does. But it just happened to kind of work out that way. It was mostly, it's mostly about the executions. Ideas aren't really worth anything. I mean, and ideas are free. They're easy to make. You can't patent an idea, for example, because they're worthless. What matters is the execution. So the fact that I got it together, got the pre-order system, got the customers, got the fulfillment, got the customers, et cetera, et cetera.
So can you
That's the
describe the
value.
product? What was the product?
So it's a subscription physical product. I don't really want to go into like the
Okay.
details, but it's like one of those yeah, it's a subscription recurring monthly product. So obviously it has production involved, it has shipping and fulfillment, packing, pick pack, etc. I mean it's not like a super easy lift. But it it worked. So
So the shipping and
um
fulfillment, uh, back on the day, it was not Amazon doing this, so you have to hire a third party to cover that for you, right?
oh yeah, no, I definitely didn't do it myself. No, again, that falls under the make sure your product
Big job, yeah.
from yeah to well, I mean it's because I did, whether I have 10,000 orders or 20,000 orders or whether seven every month, but it the systems are in place, therefore the volume doesn't affect the difficulty, if that makes sense.
This fulfillment company, Victor, they
Everything's
exist.
hyper systemized.
Yeah,
What's
they
that?
exist. This fulfillment company, they still exist, or they've been wiped out. Oh, and how is the cost versus the other day? I'm asking you a question because the other day a friend was sharing with me that he has a product in Amazon, and he was telling me about the cost of fulfillment, the space of the warehouse, and depends on the size of the product and so on.
Oh yeah,
And he
that's
was
why I don't use
telling me that
AWS.
he was telling me,
So
he was telling that it's
I mean
expensive, right?
that's why I don't use FWB. I don't use fulfillment by Amazon. Or sorry, FBA. There we go. Finally got the right acronym. Yeah, I don't use FBA. I mean, there's plenty of successful Amazon stores out there, but
Mhm.
I want to own my customers. I want to own their data. I want to own the list. I want to, Amazon can turn you, or they can make a competing product, which they often do, sell it for less, are putting you out of business, and these kinds of things. So no, I don't operate on Amazon at all.
Beto, but
So,
the other fulfillment companies out there, can they deliver the same quality that Amazon, and the prices are that affordable? Meaning, you see the in terms of the speed that the product arrive to the hands of the people, because now we are in an era that when you order something online, people want it straight away, and and Amazon has big infrastructure to make that happen. How about the other small companies? They are as good as they are? They have
so
competitive rates, or how does this work? Tell us a little bit
I
more.
mean, I don't have a lot of experience. I mean, this a lot of this is outside of my realm of expertise. I mean, I know there are some really good 3PLs, but in my case, I own everything. So there's no aspect of the supply
Brilliant.
chain that I don't directly control. So I don't know what three how well 3PLs are filling that space, but
What is a
they're
3PL,
great with
Victor?
directly with Shopify.
3,
So
3PL, what that means?
third party logistics. So
Ah, yeah.
third party fulfillment. Of them out there though, and if you're going the physical product route, you can also go with something like man places that handle all the logistics. And
So it can be
although
done
it's easy to
outside
tell, I
Amazon,
mean,
right? Can be done outside Amazon,
oh,
right?
absolutely. And don't tell your, like, people should never tell themselves no. I mean, just because we can't offer 2 day shipping nobody expects 2 day shipping from anywhere except Amazon.
Exactly.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's not a big
my
deal.
products
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
delivered on a monthly basis. People have to wait weeks. So, um, but they're not going to get this product anywhere else. So that's another reason I don't sell on Amazon. And but yeah, just there's lots of different ways to succeed. I mean, not everything centers around Amazon. And in fact, any companies that I do purposely don't involve Amazon. Um, Now, is there money to be made there? Yes. But is that my particular area of expertise? No. So,
Mhm. Yeah, I think that if you can improve the distribution channel on your own from the whole 360 is 100% more safe because you have control of everything, correct?
yeah, we didn't have any issues during COVID. We didn't have any issues during the tariffs. Nothing. It's just
Wow,
everything
because
went through without a hit. But I have some really good people that help oversee this stuff. And like I said, I don't. No, nobody else is involved that I don't either own or has a direct stake in what's going on. So
the subscription models versus one payoff. So what are the pros and cons, Victor, of this in your view? I'm a big fan of the subscription models. Uh,
oh yeah,
can you tell us? Yeah, but the issues that the cost for acquire the client is they're expensive, and then because they're paying little and every month, you have to wait a lot in order to capitalize. I'm a big fan, but can you tell us why do you choose subscription versus just one of payment, and what are the pros and cons?
think there are any downsides to subscription. I mean, yes, SaaS oftentimes. I mean, I think you're referring to SaaS. SaaS companies they
Yes.
have to often pay a lot to acquire a customer because typically these are B2B customers. They But on the flip side, they usually don't churn that fast. In my case, I'm a B2C product, so I don't have to pay. I don't have to front load for a subscription. I break even at least on the first subscription, on the first purchase, and then
Oh
after
wow.
that, yeah, it's profit. So, um, if you're selling direct to consumer, you can have similar margins as a kind of a one-off shop, but be subscription. Uh, and I would never attempt a business without at least a subscription model. Maybe not everything involved was a subscription model, but I don't think I would ever attempt anything that wasn't subscription model.
Subscription
So,
is amazing, Victor,
mhm.
because it's cash flow. You make money every month. I'm a big fan of a good cash flow businesses because you see we need
Yep.
money every month, right?
Yep.
To buy food, to pay for our lifestyle. So because we need money every month, subscription model will bring you that cash flow, this money every month. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yep, a lot more predictable, and it's a lot easier to predict your return on ad spend. You don't get those nearly such spiky months, with holidays and stuff like that. So, yeah, big fan. And yes, all my stuff's cash flow. No investors, no loans, no nothing. I didn't even have a credit card when I started my company. So yeah, it's all bootstrapped, and yeah, so cash flow matters. So, um,
So, what message do you have for people now that they are looking at the online business, but they thinking that is heading very hard, that is a lot of pros out there, that Amazon we have a big competitor of it, uh, which uh, is a big competitor out there delivering products online. And so, what message do you have for those ones that even they're selling Amazon the products and they feel that
so I mean,
that they're paying too much? Yeah, and also for people in general that want to start their own online subscription models. Is it really that easy? What are the things that they need to be in consideration? Probably if they contact you, you might be able to help.
Well, I mean, I don't do consulting really, but I have a couple of informational products. This is something I just kind of do to sort of give back, and because I like to talk about business, this is not really how I make my money. But um, first of all, I mean, tune it all out. Uh, don't tell yourself no. Don't let anyone else tell you no. I mean, just don't worry about it. There's always market share, especially if you niche down, get really hyper specific with your target audience, hyper specific with your problem, hyper specific with your solution. You can speak directly to them the way they want to be spoken, with the jargon that they understand and the places that they go. Um, that's where you're going to get your first wins. It doesn't have to be perfect, and you don't have to feel ready. You just have to refuse to stop. You just have to keep going. Okay, don't give up. I mean, you're going to fail a lot. I mean, there's a statistic. You had asked me about this earlier, Harry, about why did 90% of businesses fail or what have you. And my answer to that is just those are the people that are going to win trying out what didn't work. And so eventually they're gonna make it, whether it's six months, 6 years, or 2 decades. But you just can't give up. That's how you learn. Every time you fail at a business is how you learn. I failed it. I mean, over 10 years. I mean, most of the time people have to fail at something, for 10 years. Nobody becomes a concert pianist on their first time they play a piano. So it's the same thing with business.
Like
Um,
we always say, being an entrepreneur is a skill. The more you practice, the better you become. Everyone can become a great entrepreneur. It's just that it's like swimming or driving a car. Um, the more you
yep.
practice, the better you become. There is no other way. Unfortunately, some people learn faster, some people learn slowly, but anybody can be a good entrepreneur if they're able to practice. The issue is that the practice is like learning how to walk. You're gonna fall a lot until finally you
Yep.
walk, right?
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, that's sort of why the books that I did is just to help people succeed faster, as opposed to, it took me 15 years to figure out a lot of the stuff that I've tried to condense down books and a couple of guides. And that way, it's super actionable stuff. There's so much high level 100,000 foot view stuff out there, or general stuff, but not like anything, not a lot that's like super actionable down to like, build this email sequence, use this cart system, like just like hyper granular, just so that helps people cut through the noise. There's a lot of stuff out there, like you said. So that's what I try to do.
Victor, if somebody's in love with our conversation, how people can find you, how this process work?
Oh yeah, I mean, I have a couple free guides and an email crash course about some of the stuff we've covered. If people go to victorvauss.com, VAUSS, just sign up for the email newsletter. You'll get the guides for free. You'll get the email crash course for free. Get some link if you're interested. People are interested. They'll get some links to get the books that are cheaper than on Amazon. So, um, and help somebody out. I mean, the books are pretty cheap. They're basically priced at cost. They're like not a massive business venture of mine. This is just something I'm doing to kind of pay it forward. So,
Excellent, Victor. Thank you so much. And for
yeah,
all
thanks,
of you,
Harry.
pleasure. And for all of you following the broadcast, thank you so much, Victor, for sharing this experience, your life experience and business, and to encourage entrepreneurs. I think the online business are a great vehicle for people to make the first million, because exactly as you described today, Victor, it's very easy to scale. I mean, easy if you know what you're doing, but we can say,
Yeah,
let me don't say that.
I mean,
It's not
business
easy,
is
but
never easy, but easier.
is,
So,
yeah, the scalability.
so,
You will have less factors that if you are expanding a restaurant change. If that makes sense,
oh
with a
yeah,
lot of
yeah.
a
I
lot of
mean, I can't
procedures,
imagine that.
the
Oh my gosh.
operation. Oh my
So,
God, neither do I.
so
That sounds very challenging. But compared to a restaurant or compared to a physical location, a scale an online business is uh, is is something that that is easy because it's all online and it's tech. Okay, so Victor, thank you so much. And for all of you following the broadcast, see you in our next episode of Unstoppable. How brave entrepreneur like Victor break that wall and achieve the first million. Bye for now.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.